The video that you are about to see has cost me a lot of courage on a lot of levels. First of all, I just woken up and I had the perfect video to post since I'm doing a challenge for myself to be consistent posting something on Instagram every day. And I already had a perfect video. Well, it wasn't perfect because it was recorded with the battery being low and everything. Light wasn't good. But I had promised someone that I was going to record about something else. And that's what I did. So here I am, sleepy. I can tell that, I needed to drink a little bit of water. I had trouble to actually get out there what I wanted to say, to get my thoughts into words. And well, it was a precarious topic, but I got it out there. I can edit all that I want, but this is not about being perfect. So I decided to give you the raw version. So here it is, courage on multiple levels. You will see what I look like right now. I've taken out my contacts. I've put on my glasses. That's easier. Yes, I did get some water by now, and I'm more awake too. So that's good. So bear with me when you hear me struggle a little bit finding my words. It's about the message, and the message is about being vulnerable, which I'm being on all levels today, and about owning up when things didn't go the way they should. And I believe that by owning up and at the same time saying things from the heart, so the person who was upset with me, rightfully so, I said to him, I am glad that you spoke up. And I got something wonderful back in return. I got back that he respected me for owning up and apologizing. So it was a good day. And in addition, like I said, I promised someone I was going to record a video about this because I thought it was a good topic. So even though I am really tired, it's out there. And yes, that took some courage to have it recorded, not because of the topic, but for all the other circumstances. So here we go. Courage is also about owning up to things that were not supposed to go the way they did. Earlier today, I was frustrated, let's put it that way. I really got upset. And the reason was that for a while now, I've been a moderator in a Pokemon group, the most amazing group ever. I cannot say anything else. But we do have a certain structure. And one of those things is we put out a picture of a raid and then we react. The goal is that everyone waits its turn. We ask, is there still a raid going on? Because otherwise it's confusing. So what happened was that people didn't post at all in the group, but did invite several ones at the same time. Then there were the people who were so enthusiastic, they didn't wait for that picture, even though they should know better, causing all this confusion. And that's where I went wrong, because even though I knew that it was a question that the person asked, is there a raid with this one? Someone else started to respond with emojis, and then the next one, and then the next one. And of course, then everybody thought there was a raid going on, or about to go on, which wasn't the case. So I kept on asking the one who had asked that question, please post a picture, please post a picture, please post a picture. And then I was so fed up that I said, he doesn't communicate. Well, he didn't have that. Rightfully so. I cannot say anything else. And at some point, so he said, well, Lady Lexi, I don't know what I've done wrong, but something along those lines. And the moment that I saw it, I realized, yeah, this was what I initially thought. And I shouldn't have been mad at him at all. And apart from that, it wasn't even his fault. I mean, if we can talk about fault, and even that's not, is too much of a word, then it should be the first one who reacted to a non-picture, because we have agreed upon you react on a picture. Anyway, what happened was everybody started to say something. Good thing was they were all in favor of him. I like that. I like it when people stick up for one another, so that's good. I'm not entirely sure if I got banned after that. It was somewhat quiet, but him and I, we got to talk. So first of all, I apologized a number of times. I explained what had happened. I'm not sure if I actually put a full explanation out there, because if you want to say I'm sorry, then you don't want to say I'm sorry, but. So I do believe I kept it really short, the but, if the but is in there. More importantly, I reached out to him on Messenger privately, saying, hey, I'm sorry, this was not what supposed was to go on. And I got into his personal situation, which was why he couldn't respond straight away. And that's what I actually said. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you weren't capable of looking at it. So when you're hosting a raid, you're supposed to keep looking at what it says. But of course, since he wasn't posting a raid, he didn't have to. And well, in the meanwhile, things did go haywire. And well, he was on the receiving end. That's what it came down to. Now, the nice thing is we have been going back and forth a few times, paying one another compliments. I said to him, I'm glad you spoke up. And he said to me that he could really respect the fact that I said sorry and also why. And that's good, you know. And talking to someone else, I said, you know what? I am going to record a video about what happened today, because courage is not only about talking about the nice things that may have cost you a lot of energy to actually get it done. Yes, I'm tired, I'll honestly say, but I said I was going to record this video, so that's why I'm doing it. But it's also about those critical moments, those vulnerable moments. And I'll honestly say, this was not the good version of me. It is the good version of me to be critical, but to go after someone who didn't deserve it, that's something that I shouldn't have done. I should have waited and until I knew the full story. But because when we talk about raids, it's about doing something that's time sensitive. And having experienced all the other things, I just got triggered and I sort of blew up. And I literally said, he doesn't communicate with me. And well, apparently that was a trigger for him, because he felt that this wasn't justified. And like I said, it was a good thing that happened. We had a good conversation. I owned up to it. I felt that it was the correct thing to do. And I also said to the group, I love this group. But I learned a valuable lesson. Not to jump to conclusions straight away. If I'm upset because of others, then be upset because of those others. And just wait a little bit longer, even though I get triggered. I now know that because the trigger was I wasn't hurt. There was no reaction at all. I had asked it 3 times and no reaction. In hindsight, he couldn't. He was helping out his kid. So, well, that was one interesting thing. And yes, in the back of my mind, it is like, oh, is this costing me in the group? On the other hand, I talked about it with some other people, and well, this is a thing that we have to wait and see. I do believe that the mere fact that I owned up to it made a lot of difference. And I absolutely said that I loved that people were speaking up on his behalf. So that's about it, what I can do. And, as for all else, I just continued as normal. I like being enthusiastic about things that are happening over there. I posted some things out there. I also know that a lot of people were out of passes. So that's probably also a reason why they didn't respond. And it has been a little bit of a slow day at some point. And there were also other people who did help me out when I needed them during the rating. And on top of it, I actually did a lot of walking because of it. Not because of what happened before, but yes, because of the whole Pokemon thing. So all in all, it was a very productive day. But when it came to courage, yeah, owning up is not always easy. I have to say, being a coach, it's not entirely hard. But yes, talking about triggers and all, it's also not the easiest thing to talk about. So if there's something I would like to have you get out of this whole video and this whole lesson, it is, if you communicate, if you speak up, first of all, it's good that you speak up. Like I said to the guy, it's also good when others speak up on your behalf, which is also what I said in there. But be sure that you talk to the right person and don't be too impatient, forgetting what your gut feeling actually said. And I ignored that gut feeling. And unfortunately, it's not the first time that I'm ignoring my gut feeling. It always has consequences. Fortunately, these weren't the hardest consequences. I mean, not too long ago, I actually lost money because I got scammed. But yes, don't let triggers get the better of you. That's the one thing that I would like to say to you. Do you want to see more videos about courage? Then go there, click there, and you'll be led to other videos regarding courage.